If you watched my last video on how to use ChatGPT for YouTube, you know how powerful this tool can be. Today, I'm gonna flip it because if you make certain mistakes with ChatGPT, it can actually negate the positive benefits from it. So you wanna make sure that you're using it right. And I find that if you avoid these 5 mistakes, you will be well on your way to using it the way that is going to help your channel rather than hurt it. And there's actually a mindset shift that we need to make before we jump into the 5 mistakes that will actually help us handle ChatGPT and understand it better. ChatGPT should be viewed as a multiplier of your input. What this means is that you get out of it what you put into it. So if you feed it generic, you're gonna get generic in return. If you treat it like a Google search, you're gonna get surface level trash. But if you collaborate with it strategically, you're gonna get results that grow your channel fast. So that's the proper framing to have as you're thinking about the mistakes to make with ChatGPT. All ChatGPT is, and really any AI large language model, is just a multiplier of your input. That's why knowing the right prompts to use, knowing what to ask next, knowing what to take action on and what not to take action on, all of that is incredibly important. And if you think about it like a multiplier, it's less threatening. A lot of times people use it as a replacement of themselves, and you don't want to do that. It's not replacing you, it's multiplying your efforts, it's speeding up your process, and it's giving you a superpower in that you have an assistant that you're not actually paying for that you would a normal assistant. So think about it in those terms, and as we go into these 5 mistakes, it'll make a lot more sense if you're thinking about it in terms of it's a multiplier. So what are we multiplying? We got to be multiplying the right stuff, not the wrong stuff. So I'm going to give you all 5 mistakes up front that we're going to walk through each one of these one by one. And then I'm going to give you a fix for each mistake. And you're going to want to stick around to the end because all of these work together. If you miss one of these mistakes and you miss the way to fix it, then it could work its way into all the other ones. So the first mistake is copy paste syndrome. The second mistake is asking lazy prompts. The third mistake is ignoring your own voice. The fourth mistake is over automating. And the fifth mistake is forgetting the human touch. So let's break them down. Mistake number 1 is copy paste syndrome. The biggest rookie mistake I see in ChatGPT is taking the first draft, copying it word for word, and using it as your final product. This is the easiest and best way to lose your own voice, to make it very clear that you're using AI, and to over time reduce your own ability to be creative. You do not just want to copy and paste the first draft of what ChatGPT has. You want to add your own flavor. Remember, it's a multiplier. So it's taking what you're giving it and it's multiplying your efforts. If you just copy it and paste it, it's not really being filtered through you, the person, and you're going to miss something when you do that. And if you pay attention, you can actually see when people are just copying and pasting ChatGPT, whether it's copying and pasting word for word, or it's copying and pasting the script that they make and you're just regurgitating it. You can tell, and do not be one of these people. This is a crucial mistake. So what's the fix? The fix is to always tweak, edit, and inject your personality. Use ChatGPT as a draft, not a final product. Mistake number 2, asking lazy prompts. The entire world of ChatGPT and any large language model really rises and falls on prompts. The prompt is the text that you put in, asking it to do something for you, asking it a question, trying to get it to solve a problem, trying to get it to write an email for you, write a script for YouTube, whatever the case, that is the prompt. And the way that you word the prompt and the way that you phrase the prompt is going to make a difference. Because remember, the first thing we said is that it's a multiplier. It's just multiplying what you put in. So if you put in generic, you're going to get back generic. So a generic prompt for YouTube would be something like, make me a video about fitness. That's garbage, right? It's garbage because about what angle on fitness? Or even if you got more specific and you said, give me a video on fitness about how to lose 15 pounds. Still not specific enough because number 1, who's losing the weight, what age, what gender, at what stage in their weight loss journey, and then how is your teaching even involved in this? What are your thoughts on how to lose weight? Did you feed it that? Did you tell it, here's what I'm thinking in terms of what I want this video to be about? I want to tell these people that it's 90% diet, it's 10% exercise. With the diet comes a lot of portion control, high protein, high fiber. Okay, now we've fed it a prompt that is way more specific, and ChatGPT can work with that and spit something out that is your voice, that is actually what you want. Which is why when I ask it to give me a YouTube script, I'm not just open-ended saying, write me a script about how to grow an online business. I'm saying, I want to talk about how to grow an online business, overcome these challenges with this process. Help me write this script. Then it spits out a draft and I tweak it and I edit it. And I start to teach it my voice. So at the end of the day, it has become a multiplier for me. It's like a writing assistant, not just a hired freelance writer. You don't want that. You want a writing assistant to get the best out of you. So your prompts need to be specific. The biggest fix is to give specificity to your prompts. And specifically, this is always what we come back to on this channel: who, what, how. Who are you trying to help? What are you helping them do? And how are you helping them do it? If you have that in mind, even when you're asking ChatGPT for a specific prompt, it will guide what you say in the prompt. And so instead of going to it and saying, tell me how to write a video about how to lose 15 pounds, it's, I help men over 40, that's the who, lose their belly fat, that's the what, without spending hours in the gym every week. That is the how. With that information, it's a lot more specific for what ChatGPT is actually being asked to do. The prompt is more specific. So get specific with the prompt and you'll get a much better return from it. Remember, it's a multiplier. It's going to spit out what it's been put in. Mistake number 3 is ignoring your own voice. Here's the thing: ChatGPT is going to begin to write for you like it's writing corporate jargon. It's going to use words like delve. That's like the biggest word it uses is delve. It's going to use M dashes. It's going to have them all over the place. And if you don't normally write with M dashes, it's going to be very clear that you didn't do that. Like ChatGPT did that for you. And even if you say, great, I won't say the word delve and I won't put the M dashes in there, it's still going to need to be trained on your voice. One of the best ways to do this is to take a few of your scripts from YouTube. If you've made videos on YouTube, take a few of your scripts that you did not use AI to help you write. Take those transcripts, put them into ChatGPT and say, write like this. This is how I talk. This is the words that I use. This is the cadence that I have when I speak. It will learn quickly. It will remember it, especially if you're on a plus or a pro plan. Their plus plan is only $20 a month. It's super worth it, especially if you use it a lot. And you will have a much better result from it. So again, like we keep going back to this, it's a multiplier. You got to put in everything that you want it to know. You can even go on under the personalized section and the settings, and you can give it some things to know about yourself. And I would definitely do that. But certainly inside the prompts, when I was making my script, I was telling them, I want to sound like this. I want to use words like this. And it was from my YouTube videos. And over time, I started to realize, okay, this is how Lane talks. So if it's going to write me a script, it's going to do it in my words. I'm still going to tweak it, still going to edit it, still going to work with it, but it is way further along already right out of the gate because of the information that I've given it. All right, mistake number 4 is over automating. Some people will use ChatGPT to churn out entire channels, scripts, websites, pages, and you can tell. People don't want a soulless AI business. They want you. And especially if you're in the business of teaching what you know online, they came to hear from you, and you are the irreplaceable component in this equation. And so if everything is just completely automated to ChatGPT, and I know people who do this, and you can tell when I interact with their stuff online, I think to myself, this isn't really them. I'm not really interacting with anything they created. They were just skilled enough to know the right prompts, which isn't hard to do these days. You can learn it, to get this thing to be the agent that creates this whole system. And it feels soulless, it feels empty, and it doesn't feel human. And if that's the kind of the business you want to go for, that's fine. I'm not really your guy to coach on that. But I think you're going to have way more success and way more fulfillment and get much better results if you have the human element in there, because you are the irreplaceable component in this equation. AI is not. So don't outsource and automate the entire process because it is detectable. The fix on this is automate the grunt work, but keep yourself in the driver's seat. And this is what I do. So like writing a YouTube description after I've already recorded the video, I hate it. For some reason, I just don't like doing it. So I outsource that, but I keep myself in the driver's seat. So I look at the draft and I say, okay, here's what I want to change. Here's what I want to tweak. Writing an email to my list that I'm sending out as a, like, here, watch this video. It's really good. You'll love it. I do that for every piece of content that I make, every major piece of content. And that is also a chore. And so I have ChatGPT write me a draft of that email and then I edit it. So again, I'm not over automating the process. I'm still in the creative driver's seat. I'm giving specific prompts. I'm using ChatGPT as a multiplier, not a replacement, and I'm getting much better results. And I want to see you do the same. Now, number 5 is a massive one that you don't want to miss. But before we get to it, I want to invite you to download my free guide. It's called the Super Simple Guide to Starting a Thriving Online Business. It's over at lanesebring.com/supersimple. These are the 6 steps that I use to create a multiple 6-figure online business, teaching what I know. If you want to build a business where you're selling courses, selling coaching, doing a community, and you're just like, I don't know how all these pieces fit together, where do I start? This is for you. It's totally free. You can download it and read it right now. It's over at lanesebring.com/supersimple. Okay, mistake number 5 is forgetting the human touch. ChatGPT cannot replace your experiences, your stories, and the things that you have learned. It just can't. So when you're using ChatGPT, do not outsource the best of what you have to offer, which is your story, your experiences, and the things that you personally have learned. Make sure that ChatGPT is a complement and a magnifier and a multiplier of that, and not a replacement. And if you can do this, you will avoid almost all of these other mistakes, because all of these mistakes really come down to this. When you lose the human touch, you become very generic in your prompts. You copy and paste whatever it gives you. You tend to over automate. All of these things happen really when we lose our human touch. And the human touch is your business. You are the brand. So don't lose that. Use ChatGPT as a multiplier. Don't use it as a replacement for you. And the fix for this practically would be to use ChatGPT as a structure builder, but then insert your own stories and experiences into that structure. That's a really, really good way to do it. So if you made it this far in the video, I am sure that you're not one of those people who just wants to be another AI clone of a channel. You want to have a real business with a human touch. You're going to use the tools available to you, but you're going to do it wisely. And for that, I applaud you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is your biggest aha from this video today? Let me know. Can't wait to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next one.